Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Let's continue on here. Head on south. And we'll cross this long rope bridge. And on this rope bridge, we'll encounter a very well-known enemy in the Final Fantasy series, the Bomb. This guy is very dangerous. This is a regular bomb, so he's going to be weak to fire. I don't know why I cast fire. That's not what I meant to cast. So you want to cast ice magic on him. And you want to be very careful. As you attack him, he'll get bigger and bigger. And eventually he'll explode. So he's already getting bigger. He'll eventually explode, causing massive damage. Unless we kill him before he explodes. There we go. Now, if he does manage to explode, you won't get any experience for his explosion, even if you've done damage to him. And our restore leveled up. Awesome. Now, all our restore materials now have reached tier 2. Correct? That one has, and that one has. Awesome. Very, very nice. Okay, I'm going to take, I'd like to have multi-targeting healing right now. So I'm going to shift this restore materia and put it here. That way we have multi-targeting healing. She still has multi-targeting attack with the enemy skill materia, and I put the poison on this end. Alright. Very good. Very good. Okay, we're good. Alright. We have 390 before cover levels up. Alright. Let's go ahead and heal up Eris. She's taking some hits. Let's rearrange this here. Field. There we go. Use a potion. And other. Okay. There we go. Alright, continue to make our way across this bridge. Sometimes you can get all the way across this bridge without encountering any enemies at all. It usually depends on when you encountered your last enemy before you got to the bridge. Let's see if we can't finish this guy off quickly before he decides to pop on us. Oh, bomb blast! He's exploding. Looks like he's going to explode on Cloud. He's kind of... He's second... He's... Oh, okay, it was 502. It was the... He only enlarged one time, so... But it was enough to do damage to kill Yuffie. As you can see, got no experience off that, so we need to wake her back up. Obviously, like I said, the bigger he is when he explodes, the more damage he'll do, so... And he exploded before getting bigger that first time, he would have done nearly 500 damage. But as you can see, that first enlargement was enough to make him explode and do 500 damage. All right, we made it off the bridge, and now we are in the town of North Corel. Hey, wait, that's Barret. What's he up to? Oh, he just got bitch slapped. What the hell? Kicked out, huh? What are they talking about? Techno freak. I don't know, I see Barret enjoying jazz more than techno. Sorry. Let's talk to Barret, find out what's going on. That's kind of weird. Your fault the town was destroyed. How? You're not going to explain to us right now, huh? Of course not. Why would he? Exposition is for later. Okay. We're in the town of North Corel. Let's check these tents. You can actually go into these tents and there's some things you can do in here. So you can talk to her. Don't think there's anything we can get from in here. You can come back here later and she's actually an important character to talk to. Much later in the game. Let's go to this tent here. And I believe over here behind this is an item? Or am I thinking of something else? I was thinking of something else. A buggy, huh? Okay. Alright, what about this boy? What's his he reaching for something? Okay. Alright. Apparently nothing right now. Okay, there is an inn up here at the top of this thing here. I think it's actually a pretty expensive inn. I want to say it's like 300 gil or so. I'm not really worried about it. I don't need to. You get tattoos, huh? I wouldn't know. A big one, huh? A black cape. So he has a tattoo of the number 1 on him, huh? Alright, what's in here? Okay, she's in a cheery mood. Alright. Nothing interesting in there. Alright, we have a few shops here. Let's talk to this guy real quick. Okay. These this one here, and this here, and this here are 3 different shops. Let's listen to a story first. The gold saucer, huh? Okay. Alright. Let's see what he's got to sell. He has a transform materia, so if for any reason you didn't get the transform materia, or if you want another transform materia, there you go, it's 5,000 gil. There it is right there. And he's got Maiden's Kiss, Cures Frog, Cornucopia, Cures Small, Soft, Cures Petrify, I already know about that, Hypers, and Tranquilizers. Alright, so nothing overly amazing. Alright. Got this guy here. Some of his weapons, huh? Okay, so he doesn't have a story until he wants to sell his stuff. He sells the carbon bangle, which again shows another example of how far ahead the steel system is. That you can actually you steal an item that isn't that's still this far ahead in the story before you can actually buy it at a shop. And in case you fail to get the Force Stealer from the Simon Says mini game back in Junon with the President's welcoming, here's the Force Stealer right there. Same stats, same material slots, same double growth and everything. It just cost you 2,200 materia, 2,200 gil. And of course he's got Molotovs, so nothing really amazing here. There's a shop up here. Please buy something, anything will do. Well, what do you have? Anything useful? Potions, Phoenix Downs, and tents. I'll buy 1 more tent. I'll get 2 Phoenix Downs. And I'll get 5 more potions, even though I'd rather have high potions right now. Those potions only restore 100 HP, and that's not really much anymore. Alright. That's enough for that. Now, we could go this way, but we have really no need to, because going out that way doesn't really take us anywhere except back to the world map, and we can't really go anywhere from there. So instead, we're going to take this guy's advice, this guy that we talked to down here at the weapon shop, and we're going to go this way to this big sign that says Gold Saucer. We're heading to the Gold Saucer. We're going to catch up to Barret and our friends here and find out if maybe he'll actually explain to us what went on. Hometown used to be around here? Okay. So obviously it means he's not from Midgar originally. It got buried in 4 years. Okay. How so? Let's take a flashback and find out. This must be the town we were looking at for... This must be the town 4 years ago before it got buried. Corel's always been a coal mining town. It may be dusty and poor, but it's calm and a real small town. What I find great is, I don't know if you're able to notice it because of the dialogue, but at the top of the screen there was a dog chasing a cat and a boy chasing the dog. Well, eventually they turned and both the dog and the cat were chasing the boy all over the place, which I think is hilarious. Dine, huh? Throwing away their coal, so it's like you said, it's a coal mining town. Sign of the times, huh? There's a song that comes to mind, but I'll let it go. Obviously, even back then, Barret was in favor of the Mako reactor. Okay. So his wife's name was Myrna. Okay. So of all people in the village, Dine was the only one against the Mako reactor. I guess he finally gave in. Okay. What the hell? Luckily you were out of town, otherwise you guys would have been cooked by those by Shinra troops. Well, it was a good thing that you were out of town, otherwise you probably would have died with them all. Explosion at a reactor, huh? So, that rebel faction kind of like Avalanche destroying a reactor. Haven't we done this already? And of course, this was 4 years ago. This was before the events of the game started, obviously. Uh-huh. Well, let's bring up this lovely little peaceful conversation and get right on the ropeway. That's a perfect way to break up the conversation and wreck the sour mood. Well, that's harsh, Yuffie. She's right, but harsh. Finally, she got ellipses out of Tifa. And we get a nice FMV of the ropeway taking off. Where does the ropeway lead? Find out right now. We head up into the sky. To a giant gold city. Remember that pointy, goldish looking thing I showed you when we first got to the Western Continent after we left Costa del Sol? This is the place. This is the only way to get to this. This place is called the Gold Saucer. It's the only way you can get to it. It's by this ropeway. Welcome to Gold Saucer. Alright, let me check something real quick here. A little short. Okay, no big deal. Alright, let's go down here. We'll utilize this the save point here real quick. And, wait, each area costs 5 GP. What the hell? What is GP? I don't have any GP. What the hell? What is this? Well, I know exactly what it is. I'll say no way because I don't have any. GP, which can be explained if you talk to the girl down here in the pink, It is a special type of currency that can only be used here in the Gold Saucer. It stands for gold points. Obviously, it makes sense. You earn gold points by doing events here in the Gold Saucer. Essentially, this is the mini game world of the game. So let's talk to her. Single pass is 30,000 gil, or you can purchase a lifetime pass, or single pass is 3,000 gil, lifetime pass is 30,000. Unfortunately, I don't have 30,000 right now. It wouldn't really be that hard for me to get 30,000 if I wanted to. I could go back down to North Corel, go out that lower right entrance instead of the entrance toward this Gold Saucer, go out to the world map, and just grind for a little bit of gil out there. I'll easily have 30,000 to have it. But I'm not worried about it right now. This is not going to be the last time we come here. So if you've got the 30,000 gil, I recommend going ahead and getting the lifetime pass. It'll become a key item and stay in your inventory forever. But if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. Because like I said, you will be coming back here multiple times throughout the game. So having the lifetime pass would be nice. But if you don't have the gil, it's not that big deal. So we'll go ahead and just get the 3,000 gil for right now because we don't have 30,000. It means the tickets become invalid, obviously. So we're here for only one time. Alright, play with GP. GP is money you can use only at Gold Saucer, translated gold points. Or you can probably say gold pieces if you wanted to. You can only be redeemed at the Wonder Square and the Chocobo races, and I'll show what those are in just a minute. You only have a limit of 10,000 GP, so please be careful. You can't go over 10,000 GP. Alright. Now we got our ticket. Let's head inside. We have a little conversation here with our characters. You think? And she was peering around him again. Really? So you know how to handle people. And he'll jump into the Wonder Square. Well, look, the Captain Obvious head has reached Eris. Alright, we're back in control of Cloud now. We're pretty close to encountering another party member, or recruiting another party member, so we can only pick one of our current party members to take with us. And who you choose does actually affect the romance options. Whoever you actually put in your party will gain a lot of romance points if they are dateable. As I've explained, Red is not a dateable character, therefore bringing him along would not affect the romance options. But obviously whoever you do pick between the 3 remaining ladies will gain some romance points. There's not going to be any fighting, at least not yet, that you have to worry about. Do we have access to the PHS? We do. Once we go to a save point, of course. Like I said, there's not going to be any fighting for a little while. At least not any fighting that we can't, that we have to worry heavily about. Think I'm going to bring along... Who has the coverage here? I think it's still Eris. So I think... no, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and bring Yuffie. Because she has materia on her, and I can get Eris' materia off her later. But it's not really important right now. You could bring anybody you wanted to, because there's not going to really be any fighting for a little while. So we're going to bring, you know what, screw it. We're going to just bring Red. Go together. Alright. Okay, there are several places we can go. Let's see. I'm trying to think a second. Okay. Before we actually go, Barret went into the Wonder Square. We don't want to go there just yet. I want to go to the Chocobo Square first. And we're going to kind of show you, take a little tour of, whoa. There's a little tour of Gold Saucer. There should have been soldiers here. I don't remember this. I don't think I've ever seen this scene before. Huh. I've never seen those soldiers there before. Alright, this is the Chocobo Square. Buy some Chocobo tickets. Let's explain it to me. Chocobo race is on a virtual course. I don't know why I went ahead and explain so I can explain it better myself, so we just get through this. Okay. What you can do here is you can actually bet on Chocobo. This is when Chocobo racing happens. And eventually you can race Chocobos yourself, but until then, you obviously can't, so your only option is you can actually just bet on Chocobo racing. So we're going to say yeah. Registration fee is 200 gil. We'll go ahead and say yeah. We're going to bet, we're going to start with rank C. Obviously the higher the class, we're talking about classes here. We can go C and B right now, but you can bet on higher classes later. We'll go ahead and start with the C rank. 1 bet is 100 gil. This is the next race. All right. All right. What it's going to show us here is there are 6 chocobos in each race, and what we have to do is we have to choose the top 2 chocobos. It doesn't matter how they place, as long as whichever 2 we pick come in that order. So as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, etc., 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 all the way through the list. And what we have to do is for 100 gil per card, I think we can only do up to 3 cards, we can choose which 2 chocobos are going to finish in the top 2. So, and what we do, we actually look at the chocobos in the race in the lower right-hand corner down here. This guy has a top speed of 75 kilometers and stamina of 264, and his name is apparently just K. If we go page down to look at the other racers, we can go look at number 2. His name is Ju. Stamina of 268, top speed of 75. We've got Mike at 257 and 80 kilometers. Young at 278 and 75 kilometers. T at 258 and 85 kilometers. And Tom at 275 and 73 kilometers. Or kilometers per hour. What you want to do is you use these stats to kind of gauge which 2 chocobos might come in first. So obviously you don't want to always go with the chocobo with the fastest speed, because stamina is important too. If a chocobo doesn't have enough stamina, it'll get tired and end up not being able to go as fast, and they can eventually lose the race. So the fastest chocobo is not always the best one. Usually you want to try to find a good balance of speed and stamina. So let's see, we got what is the fastest chocobo? This one's 75, that's 75. That one, number 3 is 80. 75. Ooh, number 5 is 85 kilometers. 6 is 73, and 1 is 75. Okay. So we got 80, 85, 80, and 85. Okay. Let's check the stamina. We got 264, 268, 257. Not very good. 278. That's pretty good. So far, that's the highest one at 278. 75, 264. Okay. Let's see. What was that? 278. 75 kilometers. Okay. What I would probably do is probably take the probably go with number 3 because he has the highest speed. Actually, I'd probably go with he's 250. That stamina is pretty low actually. That's actually pretty bad stamina, even though he's got a good high top speed. That means he won't be able to hold it for long. So I'll probably go with this guy with number 3 because he has the highest speed next to the guy that's 85, with still a decent amount of stamina. Actually, he's got only one point more than the 85. Okay, so let's see. 75, 73, 75 and 268, 75 and 270. Okay, I'm going to go with number 4 because he's got a pretty good top speed at 75 and stamina is pretty decent. So number 4. Now the fact that his icon here shows him sprinting, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean like I can't say he's most likely to come in first place, or this one's more likely to be a sprinter, or anything like that. It's just that icon particularly has a sprinting. They have him sprinting for some reason. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go with number 4, and let's see. 268, and probably number 2. Those look like 2 good ones. They both have 70. Both are at 75, and number 2 has the highest second highest stamina. So I'm gonna say number 4 and number 2. So those are my 2 first options. So 2 and 4. So that's my first pick. And now I'm gonna hope that 2 or 4 also finish. So let's see. Another good option was what I said. Number 1 was pretty good at 264, 775. So I'll say I usually pick 3 different chocobos, because that's all you really need to get. Because like I said, number 1 is going to be my top 3 choices are number 4, number 2, and number 1. So what I can do here is I know what number 2 and number 4. I can pick 1 and 4 and 1 and 2. So I got my 3 top chocobos as my choices. So 1 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, I believe that's all I can pick. Yeah, okay. 2 and 4. Okay, yeah. So it's going to cost me 100. So it's going to cost me 300 gil because it's 100 gil per bet. And now as long as chocobos 1 and 2, 2 and 4, or 1 and 4 finish in the top 2, I will win whatever item is behind these. After the race is over, these 3 items, these 3 that I picked will turn over, or the winning. Actually, I think all these turn over. Either way, the cards turn over, and if 1 and 2, 2 and 4, or 1 and 4 have finished in the top 2, whatever item is behind these cards, it'll be this 1, 2, and 3 you see in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. That'll be the item that I get. So, to be more specific, let's say 2 and 4 come in the top 2. Again, it doesn't really matter which way they do it, as long as they finish in the top 2. As long as they both finish in the top 2. If this card turns over and it has a 3 on the back, I get a Mega Elixir. If none of these 2 cards that I pick finish in the top 2, I get nothing. So, that's my bets. As long as 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 1 and 4 come in the top 2, I'm going to win an item. So let's hit start and get this thing away. And we'll be able to see which chocobos we have. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I said 1 and 2 and 4. Those are my choices, right? Okay, 1 and 2 are currently in first place. 4 is in third place. So right now I'm doing good. Now 1 and 4 is fine. 2 is in third place. That's good, because as long as those 3 are kind of in the top 3 places, I should be able to do okay. Because again, I want 2 of those 3 chocobos to come in first and second place. Now, I'm not in control of the race here. This is completely observational, and I can't skip it until the top 2 racers complete the race, whoever they are. Alright, so far 1 and 4 are staying in first place, so that's good. Unfortunately, 2 has dropped to 5th, which is not very good, which means there's a chance that I may not get my win. But so far, 1 and 4 are in top place, which is fine, because those are the 2 choices that I picked. And they've got a huge, look at that gap, that's a pretty huge lead before the third place, so that's good. As long as they keep that up and don't run out of stamina before the end of the race, I might actually have won my first bet. So they're doing good, they're still maintaining a pretty decent lead. Third place is catching up though. He's kind of broken away from the pack in the back, but he's still got a ways to go to catch up to the first 2. I'm not sure if they're taking the long race or the short race, but we'll find out here in a moment. And so far, 1 and 4 are staying in first, which is good. 2 is hanging into 4th place. That's all right. So far, I'm on course for winning. It looks like number 3 is about to catch up. Oh, he lost to number 6. Number 6 is gaining some speed. Holy crap! There goes a guy falling off the cliff right there. It's kind of funny. Oh, there's the waterfall there. Oh, it's going to become a tight race all of a sudden. Now they're all boosting because they're getting close to the finish line. 1 and 3 has gotten into second place. 4 is back into second place. Come on, 1 and 4. Oh no, 4's dropped back to 4. Dropped back to 5th. Oh no. Come on, 4, get in there. Get ahead of 3. Get ahead of 3. Aww, I didn't win. Because number 3 beat out number 4 for second place. Number 5's over there crying. It's like, let's see, he lost. He in last place. So 1 and 3 won. So you can see the 1 and 3. And if I had picked them, I would have gotten a Turbo Ether. Unfortunately, none of my Chocobos won, so I didn't get anything. Sadly, I lost. Yeah. Now, had I won with 1 and 4, I would have gotten. I think that 1 and 4 showed the number 1 item, which I think was Elixir or something. I forgot what it was, but I would have gotten that first item there. And once I won, this lady would have asked me if I wanted the item or if I wanted GP that equaled the value of that item. Obviously, the more valuable the item, the more GP you would get. Right now, I'd probably take the item because I have really no use for the GP at this point. Because I'm not going to be doing any. I just don't have a use for it right now. I probably will later. But you can actually take instead of getting the item, you get the GP. You can take that GP to other places and spend it for items and other prizes. All right, that's how this square works. Let's head to the. You know what? We'll actually. It would be easier if I actually went into detail about these squares a little bit later in the game because I'm kind of limited on where I can go. So for right now, we're actually going to proceed on with the plot. We need to actually go to the Wonder Square, which is where Barret went to. See if we can catch up to him. And you can get to any of the places in the Gold Saucer from anywhere. So as you saw, he went into Barret went into the Wonder Square circle in that lobby area we were at, and then we went to the Chocobo Square, and we were still able to get to the Wonder Square from the Chocobo Square. So you can get to anywhere from anywhere. When you get to when you get here from the Wonder Square, apparently this cat on a Moogle has got our attention, or we caught his attention. That's a Hatless Wedge over there next to the steps. So, he's a fortune teller, huh? His name is Kate Sith. I'm not really sure if there's any other way to pronounce that other than Kate Sith. But that's Kate Sith, another popular Final Fantasy character, or creature, whatever. This one's actually going to be a party member, obviously, because we're choosing his name. Just for simple, the way I modified Red 13's name to seem a little more natural in conversation. I'm going to do the same thing here with Kate Sith. I'm going to delete the term Sith. We know it's Kate Sith, but I'm just going to call him Kate. So delete it. Oh, got one letter too many. Kate, there we go. We just call him Kate, but we all know that it's Kate Sith. Missing things and missing people, huh? Alright, he has a little dance for us. And ordinary luck. It will be an active fortune given to the good of others, and something big will happen after summer. That doesn't have anything to do with Sephiroth. Alright, he's going to do another dance for us. Be careful of forgetfulness. Your lucky color is blue. I don't think this fortune teller works. Yeah, forget it. Alright, fine. Now he's going to do a really fast dance. Yeah, read it out loud. Well, that sounds dark. Really? What? Oh, because he got this fortune, he wants to actually go with us to see what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad we have the option. He just goes right into us. Alright, we have a new party member. This party member is Kate Sith, as I said. Let's check his equipment. Kate Sith, the party member itself is actually the cat, not the giant Moogle doll. The giant Moogle doll is actually, like I said, a Moogle doll that Kate Sith himself, the cat, magically brought to life. So Cait Sith himself is the cat. He comes with his weapon is a megaphone. Because what he does, he actually more or less yells commands, and the Moogle doll does the attacking. So that's essentially how it works. The character himself, as a battle character, really is not very good. He only has 2 limit breaks total. I mean, that's all he's got. And the second limit break, his first one is called Dice, which actually is not too bad of a limit break. He'll, depending on his level, he will throw some dice on the field, and whatever that number appears in the dice, he'll multiply that number by, I think it's 100, it's gotta be 100, and then he'll deal that exact amount of damage to one enemy. And obviously, the more dice he throws, the more damage he would deal. So if he throws 2 dice out there and they both say 6, he'll do 1,200 damage. Whereas if he throws 6 dice out there and it says 2 on each one, he'll do, still say 1,200 damage, but you understand what I'm saying. The more dice he deals, the more damage he'll do. The more dice he throws, the more damage he'll do. But again, that's randomized, because he could throw 2 ones out there and do 200 damage. Whoa, that's not much. His other ability is called Slots, and that one is similar to Tifa's Slots, in the fact you only have 3 slots that you choose from, and you have to. And it's more like a true slot machine than Tifa's, where you're trying to match up 3 pictures on that slot machine. If you match them up, depending on what appears, is going to affect what Cait Sith does for his limit break. For example, there's one that I think actually heals your entire party. If you get all 3 of them, he'll cast a powerful attack that'll kill all the enemies. There is one, I believe, that if you match all 3 items will actually kill your entire party. So yeah, that sucks. If you don't match all 3, then he just does like a random attack of some sort. So his limit breaks truly are not very good at all. And I believe his stats overall are not very good. I think maybe he might have a kind of high magic stat. He doesn't have very strong physical attacks. So he really is not a very good character overall. The only advantage that he has is he comes with a silver armlet, which is the best armlet we've got at this point, even better than the Shinra Beta and the Carbon Bengals that we've had before. Still has the same amount of slots though. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the Shinra Beta with a silver armlet and put that on probably Cloud or something for the extra damage. And he comes with no accessories. The only other good thing about him is he comes with actually pretty good materia. This particular materia here called Manipulate. That is a very good materia, especially for trying to get enemy skills. He also comes with a Transform materia, which we've already gotten one of. It's got 7,000 AP on it, so you can sell it for 7,000, so that's good. But this is the most important materia that I wanted to show off, is the Manipulate command. What it does, it allows you to take control of an enemy and perform the enemy's commands. Now, obviously, a lot of enemies cannot be manipulated, specifically bosses. You can't manipulate bosses, but you can manipulate enemies, and there are some enemies that will cast their skills only on themselves because they're essentially buff skills. Well, if you manipulate that enemy, you can force that enemy to cast that skill on your party, which, if they have the enemy skill materia equipped, guess what? The enemy skill learns that skill, and you can use it. And there is a very, very good enemy skill that I want to learn very, very soon. So, for now, I'm not going to do any. Like I said, I'm not going to bother doing any changing or anything because I'm not going to be doing any fighting. But I will be using that Manipulate materia, and I'll be using it very soon to learn some enemy skills. All right. With that in mind, we have our new party member, Cait. We can go to other places, and there's really no way to know exactly where we're supposed to go. Basically, it's just process of elimination. You could go back to the station if you wanted to, go to the Ghost Square, which is kind of a hotel, or go pretty much anywhere here in the battles, anywhere in the Gold Saucer. But essentially, where our destination is the Battle Square, and I will take you there and show you what's going to happen in the Battle Square in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later. Losing my voice.